It's going down like this, motherfucker.
This shit is crazy. The following
Nigga get mad. Say, motherfucker, what you mean you ain't gonna let me in this funky joint? Much money I done spent in here, nigga. I knew your mama when she was hoeing. Hump, baby. Shit, bet I do it over time. Say that, nigga. Shit. Bar, bet the bar, off time. Shit, boy, I'm trying to make me some money. Boy, I'm hungry as a hog need. Slap Jesus. Shit, gotta be a Jesus, cause too many black folks.
For what he has, he says that 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 the only for what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together. For what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and try and...
Yes, he destroy black boys. Yes, he destroy black boys. Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man. Yes, he destroy black boys. Yes, he destroy black boys. Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man.
This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. I just left. I just left. I just left. I just left a lot in this bitch. I'm finna hit the shop in this shit.
Hey, where are the white women at?
I'm trying to told you just with Herbie, man. No, her mind is fucked. God.
Hey, where are the white women
I'm
at?
trying to told you just with Herbie, man. No, her mind is fucked. God.
Hey, where are the white women at?
I'm trying to told you just. I'm trying to told you. I'm
Hey,
trying
where
to
the
told
white
you
women
just.
at?
I'm trying to told you just. I'm trying to told you just with Herbie, man. No, her mind.
Well. Gotta get a piece of my.
Joe V. He looked down, seen her feet. The nigga went berserk, killed the monkey, threw the bat out the window, start kicking that bitch in the air.
Say anyway, but I will. The way quantum entanglement works is that you can take two particles, quantum entangle them, and then take those two particles and move them at any distance in the cosmos. And let's just say, for example, if you quantum entangle two electrons and you have them spinning in the same direction, and then you take one of those electrons and you shoot that thing out 100,000 light years from the original. If you then rotate the spin on the one electron, if you modify it so that its spin changes, the quantum entangled electron at any distance will simultaneously in no time switch its rotation also because they're quantum entangled. So these communication systems are taking advantage of this aspect of quantum mechanics that most people can't wrap their heads around, and this is what they're utilizing. It's just the new level of science that affords us the ability to communicate at any distance instantaneously.
You don't understand. It's cool enough just being cool, like I am.
Group of you together, you never can tell who's who.
I've seen a lot of black guys, Nipsey, but you're overdoing it.
Plus, I'm in love with a bitch I can't stand.
I think very deeply. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. I think very deeply.
TikTok. A lot of the white content creators on TikTok get all of their dances from the black content creators.
Dance with me. Dance with me. Oh yeah, everybody.
What's all that noise? Oh, that's his daddy. What's all that noise? Oh, that's his daddy.
You got to pray to God and tell God your rent due. Any God that didn't know your rent was due ain't God. Damn white boys out there. Most of them is psychopaths and all that. They'll kill your mama's mama. And you
Decent white folk that still don't know they're racist.
What the hell you want here, hunky?
Don't know me want it. I don't mean to be out of line.
Your lines are still open. Oh shit, you can get it, nigga. You wanna get it?
Come with baggage, just nice, Louis Vuitton.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that was nice.
I like that.
Bitch niggas, hoe niggas, rich niggas, broke bitch. I told niggas this was on, yeah, right here. I think we OD.
My word, can't be my equal, don't know what you heard.
The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black ass.
That's the difference when you're.
You got to pray to God and tell God your rent due. Any God that didn't know your rent was due ain't God.
Used to snort cocaine, now I fiend for the check, yeah. Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I hit the loot juice. It pulls up in the duke. Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I'm coming. I hit the loot juice. It pulls up in the duke. Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I'm coming. I hit the loot juice. It pulls up in the duke. Baby, I'm a walking dead. I hit the loot.
Like I said, you go to the history of European civilizations. 250 years is how long they last before they implode because of their greed, because of their violence, because of an inability to let others be, including themselves. If they didn't have brown and black people to hate, they would hate themselves.
Shotzi.
Do that dance, baby, do that dance, let's work it out.
Slapping folks is satisfying. She don't like me, but I didn't know. Guess it was underlying.
I hit the lean and buck, lean, buck, lean, buck.
To the east, to the north, to the west, to the south, above, below, and the middle.
Greetings. This is Big Pontiac, and welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins, and I am that one and only Galactic Daddy-O, welcoming each and every one of you to my galactic patio that reaches from Minnesota to the universe. That must be me, y'all. So what's happening? Well, we know what's happening if you watched the show before, and you know how I come in. I always come in hot. And since I do, what we have tonight is Great Lakes Conways. Yeah, it is fine ambrosia as well. So again, pop them if you got them. Shake your hands and shit. Love this sound when I can catch it. Now, I wouldn't have been a very good sound man back years ago. So, cheers for those. Cheers. I've kind of been smoking today. So, I've been smoking Luca hookah. So, again, smoke them if you want them, a Luca hookah, or, these Peak D9 Mega Blend gubbies. So, been on them. A couple little. I think we should let me say what's happening to everybody, and then we'll jump into what's the obvious. My great day today. Jamar. All right, Jamar, 3224. What's happening?
Got to have vision.
And we got my man from Saipan, who always flies first class to Japan, PJ Allen. And you never have to ask him about his.
My bitches. You saying you can't control your bitches? What?
Joey, thank you for coming.
Got to have vision.
Let me get the names. Joey, Jamar, Joey. Dr. Sinister, thank you for coming.
Got to have vision.
No, Dr. Sinister.
My bitches. You saying you can't control your bitches?
L Reborn Amaroon Khan, what's happening?
Got to have vision.
Oh, let me see. And I am down to CWE.
Got to have vision.
All right. Since y'all want that work, I went 3-1 today. The Carolina was the only game I lost. I won the other three. And tomorrow I got solid Marquette, Duke, Purdue, Creighton. That's who I got winning tomorrow. Yeah, that's who I got winning tomorrow. But yeah, today Carolina was the only one I picked that didn't win. Was Carolina. Let's get it on the board. One thing I wanted to go over though was definitely because hey, I think what I was looking at trying to see what they was trying to do in low scoring. A lot of low scoring too. Let me see if we can get some where we at. Oh no, I'm 2-2. That's right. Arizona lost. That's right. Arizona lost. I went 2-2. That is right. They lost. So I went 2-2 today. That's right. I'll take that. But where's all the scores? You guys ain't gonna show all the scores. Just show. And that was a good game. That was actually a good game. That was actually a pretty good game. That's right. I went 2-2 today. Arizona went down. That is right. Where's the? Okay, here we go. I wanted to follow I just really wanted scores. That's really all I wanted. Scores today. Is this the scores? I just want the scores. I got a feeling this ain't gonna even give me the scores. What about the scores today? What is this? No, this is something else. Yeah, this is another division. This is something else. They're on some bullshit. I gotta find. I'll just do a different search. Let's see. Okay. Now this is what was interesting. Like when you look at this score here. And I think it was Arizona only by 1.5. Yeah, I think it was Arizona by only 1.5. But look at the score. What is this? 149. I was trying to think last night what was the spread, but again, low scoring game here. Low scoring game. So we were definitely kind of seeing last night. That seemed to be what they were trying to tell you, was that it was going to be low scoring games. What's the only score? Oh, okay. Not done. Everything should be done by now. Now, what are we here? 6. What are we? 170? And this was the highest. This was the highest rated, wasn't it? This one, the Carolina game, wasn't it 173? And what did we get? 6. Okay, and it ended up being 176, so it was over. I'm pretty sure this was 173, and it ended up being 176. Where are we at? Now UConn. Again, I don't think. What was it? 209 140, right? So yeah, I think that was 146 on the UConn game. I mean, maybe I'm a little off. Then again, Clemson again, that's 149. What am I missing? 72 and 69. So what are we? 103? Is that what we got? 6. Yeah, 12, 13, 133. So I want to say that was under. So everything, so we had, so if I remember everything right, let me get that one. Yeah. Looked like the under played in 3 and the only over, it looks like, was the North Carolina game. Again, I have to check the video from last night. But yeah, that's what they were trying to tell us. And fairly, the Clemson game was a good game. They were giving them problems in the first half. You saw that they didn't have a real answer for it. So I went 2-2. I went 2-2. I will take the L for Arizona. But I did call UConn, and I did get Illinois. I got Illinois. I called that one. And, of course, UConn is looking really strong. So I was impressed with the play overall. I mean, the lack of refs. Again, my other blondie was disgusting. So, Ashley Blondie. Refs didn't really, I can't really say it was a lot of bad calls. I'll say the Carolina game early, there wasn't a lot of calls. Now, I don't think that hindered or helped either team. Then the big boy got a foul, and I was really surprised they got knocked out. I thought they were the better team, but they didn't play good tonight. So I don't take away from any team. They was hooping though. And what did you say? Well, oh, you watch baseball too? Yeah, baseball going on. If Duke beat Houston, I got UConn Duke national title. If Duke beats Houston, I got Duke beating Houston. I definitely got that. I got Duke beating Houston. So, yeah, and I imagine it was nice here today. So I imagine, let me see. Let me check out baseball. Because I know the Twins, I saw them interviewing, so I know, all right, let's see. Baseball. Let's go, Twins. Here we go. Where the fuck is baseball? Damn. Oh, here we go. I think the Twins was at home today. Let me see. Featured games. Yes, I didn't watch any baseball. Early in the day, I was kind of busy. I walked a couple miles at the mall, small mall. Let me see. I want to see Brewers. Okay. You guys can stroll with me. So this is the 29th. What are we looking at later today? Oh, cool. Shit, there was games on TV too. Oh, man, I'll turn the TV. I'll get up and watch baseball. But let me see where the Twins are. I don't mind seeing where everybody is. Okay. Oh, that's all you give me? See more games? Is everybody? Seattle, Boston, Giants. Twins aren't playing? Let's see. Twins schedule. The Twins play tomorrow. They play tomorrow, Thursday, or they play, let's see, they play Sunday. Okay. Oh, they're away. So the Twins are away. So it looks like, I think this is Friday. Well, this is Sunday, so, they're saying Saturday. This is the Saturday game. This is the Sunday game. Okay, this is a 3-day. Oh, and then they go from Kansas City and shoot up to Milwaukee. All right, so they ain't gonna be home for a minute. Let's see. I don't need this. All right. Okay, so they did open up. Nope, they opened up on the road. Yep, they opened up on the road. They beat Boston, lost to the Philadelphia. Yeah. Right? Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we go. This can't be right. Where am I? March? They've had this many games? They've had this many games. Some of these games got to be 4. Okay, I guess so. I guess we about 9-10 games in. Damn, I've been lunching. We're about 9-10 games in. 4-1, 9-6. Oh, we're about 9-10 games in. I'm lunching. Yeah, because here we are right here. Yeah, and they're in Kansas City right now. They got a day off, and then they play Kansas City. Okay, then going into April. All right. It makes sense now to me. So yeah, they've been playing baseball, I guess. Guess that's how uninformed I am. Hey, Lorenzo, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it, man. Boycott pass from UNC, pissed off. Boycott pissed you off. Give me the ref.
You got to have vision.
He been in college for 18 years, got a master's degree, but all of a sudden he couldn't dunk a basketball. Yeah, that dunk was very iffy. Plus, he got cooked by Joe Dirt for the bad, but that's so funny. He kind of did though. Yeah, that dunk, it made no sense. Well, I mean, the machine can kind of kick it out, but they talking about, oh, he lost it. I don't know. I was like not impressed. Yeah, I was not impressed with that. I was like really kind of like very leery of that. Yeah, that seemed very iffy. Because they was having a nice little run there. And you saw what happened. They turned around and they gave up 3. That was a 3-point. That was actually a 5-point turn of points. Because they missed a sure 2 and came back and gave up 3. So it was a 5-point swing right there. So make you look at them like actors. Like actors. Been getting MIB TV for free. Okay, Major. Okay. Preseason was what before today. This was opening. That's what I thought. I thought them games right there was bullshit I was looking at. Opening day was today. Okay, so they opened with the Royals, it looks like. That's what I thought. Yeah, because they was getting interviewed and shit. And it was all sunny and it was like snow outside. I was like, where the fuck is they at? So yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think of the machine. That Magnet missed that dunk on purpose. Yeah, it could have been 2. Yeah, the way he threw it off. He threw it off like it's a way you could throw it off the side to miss it. And that's kind of what it looked like he did. It's like he slammed it on the rim instead of slammed it in the basket. That's how the way it looked like. He took it and he hit that other side of the bar. And he did it with 2 hands. He kind of threw it at the other side of the bar and then pulled the rim down. And when it, as the rim collapsed, it hit it and threw it out. So kind of did. I mean, that was a 5-point swing. I mean, it was really like I thought that. And then the way he got back wasn't really hustle. So yeah, I can kind of dig that too. It's so funny what you said though. Let's see. It's free all year, but it does black out the local regional games, man. I get, we get the Timberwolves blacked out. Like every now and then they show a game. Maybe ESPN will show a game. They won't black it out on ESPN. But a lot of times, if it's on NBA, home or away, it don't matter. They'll black it out here because of, the disagreement with Bally TV and YouTube TV. YouTube dropped them because of their instability. And they've hung on, They've hung on. Now, the Wild ain't been that great this year, so Dollar Tree stores to introduce merchandise with price tags up to 7. Okay. That's. But it was a good, good. I enjoyed all the games, and they so happened to lose by 2. That's a good point. They sure did. Yeah, and they did happen to lose by 2, but it was but right there, that was the swing that gave them the most momentum. That was a 5-point swing. And I noticed that right away. I was like, wow, that was a quick 5-point difference. You got the momentum, you moving them, because they had just scored. Then they stole the ball, was about to score again, and he misses. And then they go get 3. Because they got fouled. They made the basket and got fouled. So 5-point swing. That's a big swing. And that was a critical part of the game. What do you say? The NBA needs to do something about these stupid blackout rules. I don't know. I mean, I guess, what we're dealing with Bally, the way I read it is Bally was supposed to. Well, what is a fact is Amazon gave Bally $60 to $80 million to keep afloat. But it wasn't Bally. It would have been the company that bought Bally. So the company that bought Bally, Amazon gave them an infusion of money. And maybe it was only $40 million. And so the way it appeared, all the money was paid to all the teams, and the Twins and the Timberwolves and the Wild were, but they took each sport by itself is the way they paid them their bread. So the 8 teams I think they got the bread too, is the way they got bailed out by somebody. but someone else did buy them. But I know. So what I was under the impression that Amazon was going to start showing some of them games. That does not seem to be the case yet. That does not seem to be the case yet. So I'm not sure. But that's was my understanding of Amazon. It looked like Amazon was trying to take that. So, oh, and I got to do about a thing about the Timberwolves. Taylor's trying to get out of selling the Timberwolves, and they're calling it buyer's remorse. But I don't know. I think the guys have the last payment for him, so we'll see. I know I'll bring that up a little later too. But I was entertained tonight. It's funny though, and if anybody noticed this, the last brother that from what was the last game? UConn. No. This. Illinois and UConn. Okay, Illinois, UConn. Maybe it was the brother from Illinois. It was a light-skinned brother, maybe from Illinois. Yeah, maybe it was. Light-skinned dude, tall. It looked to be about 6'8", 6'7", 6'8". And it was interesting. And you, let me see, how do I want to say it? So it was interesting when they interviewed him, because they interviewed him and all he really said was like cliches. Like he really said there's like a bunch of cliches. It was nothing. Like it was like that's what they taught him to say was cliches. Cause he's like giving 100%. I mean, it really was like a robot answered. And I was like, wow, this is what they taught him to say. Because just the mechanical way he came about saying what he was saying, it really was obvious that they had coached him to say it, because he kept looking away. You know, he kept looking away like he had to think about what they wanted him to say. But I thought that was really sad. You know, and I've only seen like what oops on a national championship game, and that's ex-Pacer and ex-Georgetown players, Billy Williams. And if you guys go back, and maybe we could find that, but Billy Williams was like, hey, how'd you do it, Billy? You know, and Billy Packer had the mic, and he's like, well, you know, he's taking the big fella, and then he just froze and said, damn, you know, he was like, you know, damn, I'm messing up on TV, and they kind of laughed too, but it was kind of funny. And then I think Magic said motherfucker when he was on NBC. I think that's how Magic lost NBC, if I remember right. Gosh. It was a football player that passed today. Atlanta. Let's see. See what comes up. So that's it. No, I was a younger dude. This is probably him, right? I thought he was even younger than this. No, it ain't him. It was a younger dude. I think this cat was only 59 years old. He was an Atlanta Falcon that passed today or yesterday. No, he was younger. Yeah, see, it was another dude. Don't see it yet. I came across that earlier. Maybe I have to look at my phone. But it was a beautiful day. You know, I got a nice walk, went out to the mall, got a nice walk in. And feel good. Like finally got all the last little bit of ice out my drive. You know, ice was shining. It was shining. The sun was shining, so I just scooped it out and just walked outside. It was nice though. I mean, right now it's still fairly nice. Oh, where is it? I mean, it's still nice. Up here, the weather is always a challenge. But it's, up here, 24, not bad. I mean, a coat, if you was outside, but not bad. And then today is going to be, kind of the same, 46, moderate wind. Then Saturday, 44. So it's not going to be bad. Easter Sunday, 46. So, it's not going to be bad. So we're all just going to enjoy it. We're all just going to enjoy it. So that's our weather up here. And that's what I like to report. There's nothing's going on. Oh, what's happening? Jesus saved. What's happening? Thank you for coming.
Got to have vision.
I appreciate you coming in. Other than that game, I won 3 out of 4. Yeah, I went 2 for 2. I was looking, I was like, yeah, I went 2 for 2. I did lose Arizona. And I saw in the first half that Clemson could beat them. I was like, wow, they don't make any adjustments. And they didn't make any adjustments. So that was pretty entertaining. I must admit. But that's what it's all about. Teams blowing up and playing their parts. Well, let's see what this leads to. Wow, this person ain't very old. Wow. It's funny they're reporting this, and this person's, 6 years older than me. Studio executive. Wow, she made executive. So she put bread and knees, the golden compass. Oh, so she's from America and went over there. Okay. Received for Best British Film, in addition to the Golden Compass, Nicole Kidman, Gross, okay. Deucing 12th Night, Inkheart, Molly Moon, Incredible Book. I don't know what that is. Begin Working, okay. Dragons, Winner, what? Joined the Bernie as a senior vice president at Lorimar, where she supervised the making of Steven Sphere Dangerous Liaisons. Wow, okay. Okay, she's put in charge of European production, moved to Fine Line. Okay. It's kind of an interesting chick. So if you want to know more about, she wasn't that much older. I mean, this picture does her disfavor, to be, when I first saw the picture, I'm like, oh, this is a lady from the 60s. No, this is a fairly young person. But, what do I say every night? If you take a drink from the beast cup, the beast can come calling. The beast can come calling. And that's what we see over and over again. Is it worth it? Oh, is it really worth it? Let's see what. Oh, my good googly woogly. Gold is back over 2,200. Look at this gain. $42 gain. Look at this for the past 3 months. $171, almost 8%. Look at that gain. Again, the gold you are wearing right now, if you bought it a few years ago, it is worth more. See that? And my poor little Ford, I'll tell you what, I'd like to, if this hits 15, this is going to be really interesting. If this hits 15, it's going to be interesting. And again, General Motors, not bad. Easy shares to buy into. Again, and not a big mover, but long term, it's going to be pretty solid for you. Bitcoin, on the year, look at these numbers. 3 months, 27 grand. Look at this. Look at the 24-hour change. You made $500. But look at that. 3 months investment. If you fully bought one back then, look at the investment you've got. And I mean, Ethereum is decent. Look at this, $1,200 gain in 3 months. Look at that, $30. And for people that don't have a lot to invest. Again, I don't get paid for anybody, and I'm just do your own work. And I've said over and over again, I'm going to pound this in everybody's head that's young, that still works. if you have 401k, you better know what you're investing your money in. That's what I'm going to tell you. That is being financially mature. You know exactly where your money's going. You're not taking anybody's word but your word, your research. They will give you that option. Now, you can lose, you can gain, you can kind of, just float enough. But remember, that's what you can do. You can be in charge. Oh, and tomorrow I can't wait. Cannot wait. The Wolfpack versus Marquette. We got Duke. That Duke Houston game is going to be so much fun. That game is going to be so much fun. I look forward to the games tomorrow, I must admit. And I can watch the double screens. I really enjoy that. So, okay, 5 o'clock my time or 6 my time. Yeah, so. And I'm going to get out early, get a little, might go see a movie early or something. Nah, not tomorrow. I don't know. Going to have to go shopping for one, for sure. Definitely going to have to go shopping. We did this story earlier. They say he did it, and he pleaded not guilty of killing that lady in Vegas. Chance Comanche on Thursday pleaded not guilty to kidnapping and killing a Washington State woman months after police said he confessed and showed them where his body was buried. The former Stockholm Kings player and his ex-girlfriend were both charged by grand juries early this month in connection with the kidnapping and murder of Harden's friend Mary Rogers, Mariana Rogers. So used a cord and other ligature to strangle her. Wow. Both at Harden on Thursday pleaded not guilty to all 4 charges, including murder with use. Okay. That was a story I kind of reported on. So now they're changing their story. Well, that's I can't say I blame them. It's funny. I've been seeing dudes like finding used Land Rovers and looking at the repairs like easy repairs. But my personal experience, and again, this is probably this is almost 8 years ago. My experience was the parts wasn't easy to get and they were expensive. Now, I can't imagine how I'm looking at these dudes and they're talking about the issues that this car has. Now, maybe things have changed, but it was only certain places that could work on BMWs. Now, I know they've kind of fused a little bit over the years with a couple other companies, so maybe that's made it easier. I don't know, but I know there was only certain shops that could even work on them. So it's interesting. These people, talk about these cars like, I don't know, maybe things have changed. But they talk about like it's easy to get the parts and stuff and inexpensive, but that wasn't my experience. So maybe things have changed. Judge blames overindulgent parents as he jails teenager over fatal crash. What? He looks spoiled, don't he? This dude looks spoiled. Damn, he don't look regretful at all. Admitted 3 charges, including causing death by dangerous driving. He's super young. How old is this dude? A judge condemned the parents of a teenager who killed 2 friends in a crash, overindulging him as he jailed him for 6 years. Hawaiian Hammett George was 17 and passed his driver's test only 3 months earlier when he drove at more than double the speed limit, lost control of the Alfa Romeo bought by his businessman father, 47. His passengers, a girl, and Ben Rogers died in the crash, and a third passenger suffered brain injury and a broken neck. Wow. Admitted causing death by dangerous driving, by careless driving, and causing serious injury. Wow. He was driving as well as buying Alfa Romeo with personalized plates. Son is caught speeding just days after passing. His course also told weeks before the crash had been warned by his mother and sister about his driving. Passing sentence on Thursday told Hamlet George he banned from driving for 8 years, that being spoiled by his parents had been partly to blame for his offending. You are overindulged in a car before you even fit to have one, out late in the evening with other youngsters in the car, not irrelevant to point to evidence that your parents were aware of the danger. There were messages between family members to say so. The greatest overact of indulgence is taking the responsibility of your conduct to your father. A choice to be made, undermine the overindulgence that lies at the heart of the offense. On the night of the crash, George had been driving the average 70, 78, and 30 mile zone. At the point, he lost control and was going even faster. Said the high speed was captured as the car approached a patrol station. She said the defendant lost control of the vehicle, left the car way offside towards the patrol station forecourt, where it hit grass banking area, projected the car in the air. The vehicle landed on its roof and rotated before coming into contact with the concrete pillars. Damn! The defendant and 2 passengers were thrown from the vehicle. Had not been wearing a seatbelt, but the belt was under him to prevent a warning alarm had been activated. Wow, she must have passed. Wow. Thrown from the car. Wow. That is mind-blowing. Spoiled, definitely. I wonder if the backstory of the G League player. Do you remember, I don't, other than why she was involved with him, that didn't make sense. Because the way they said it, he had been traveling, and then when he came back, he played in the game, and then they supposedly kidnapped and killed this person. That's kind of what I remember reporting. But other than that, what would make him so, do what the chick said? Because that's what it sounded like. Like the chick was the mastermind. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. It sounds kind of funny. Did you guys see the thing where Dion was like, no vaping? We've kicked people off the team for vaping. I don't know. Like my college coach smoked cigarettes, and I don't see how he was going to tell niggas not to smoke. I mean, people are smarter now, but times have changed, I guess. Times have changed. Because it's pictures of other coaches smoking on the sideline, too. The other one coach, he used to smoke cigars. He'd have one cigar, he'd about suck on it, but my coach would smoke a pack. I mean, like, no exaggeration at all. This mug was like super, 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 one after another. He was thinking about it. Like when this was getting low, he was thinking about the other one. I mean, he would just, if he had a vape, he'd have been happy because it's just what he needed. He just needed to constantly hit it. Nervous habit, I imagine. Supposed to be switched on some would-be rapper that's doing time. He's supposedly snitched on some rapper. Okay. Yeah, he supposedly snitched on some that rapper. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know a lot about the cat either. Okay. Oh my goodness. And this is dart playing. This is playing darts. Players resign from national team over transgender teammate. And I think this is Dutch darts. I don't think this is like, I don't think it matters. Excuse me. I was trying to fight that off. I don't think it matters that much who throws darts. I don't think there's that big advantage in darts. I don't think it's that big advantage in darts. I like, let anybody who wants to play. I don't see that big advantage in darts. Make you want to quit and shit. What's the difference? Darts ain't something. If he wants to dress the way he wants to dress, I say right on. Darts ain't something that is, that ain't hurting nobody. Whatever they want to do, there's their presentation on something like that. I'm like, let them be. I don't see no problem with it. Because somebody said the person could be up in there. That's usually how it goes. Somebody had to, for them to even be in there. So that's what I imagine. I saw this a couple days ago. Yeah. I don't know if I talked about this. I wonder how much they'll give us of it, though. Not really enough. Too bad. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, they'll give us a little bit of it. I remember seeing this. I don't think this is not that recent. But I don't know if y'all remember Mad magazine. My dad used to get them, so I read for years. I read these. The minds of generation corrupt. He's helped corrupt, and this is kind of his, I think drawing his younger self and his older self. So the cause was multiple organ failure, but he was 102, so he was Mad's longest surviving contributor, one of the defending voices of the magazine as it grew to become a countercultural must-read from the 50s through Vietnam, beyond. And they always made fun of movies, too. They'd be sparse. His inventions, including the smokeless ashtray, multi-roll toilet paper dispenser, a razor with imposing number of blades, rollers and motors, just the side of implausible when he conjured efforts to lampoon Avenue Hucker Stream. He's died when something he thought was a joke, multi-blade razors, turned into a reality. Clear line work, and inventiveness and wicked sense of humor earned him a spot on Man's team of regular artists, the Gang of Idiots, as well as respect of his peers. He won the National Cartoonist Society, the Reuben, interesting. Artem Roth, illustrator's work has appeared. One of the greatest cartoonists. The monthly fold in, yes, these were kind of interesting. So, it folded in to show you this, but this was the full picture. And that was kind of clever. That was actually clever. Kind of interacting with the book. As one page picture, a question above a caption. When the page is folded vertically, the outer two sections join to form a new image. So, conceived in 64 as a poor cousin parody of multi-page foldouts. They were appearing in glossy magazines such as Life and Playboy. The fold-in became a regular feature, often provided sole note of direct editorializing. In 68, the panel done the height of the Vietnam War shows students outside job center asked, what is one thing most dropouts are to become? It folded depicted a student in a cannon with a caption, cannon folder. Picture. Candidates splashing around swimming pool promised to reveal the public could expect the election would fold. The image became a giant toilet with a caption reading the same old shit. Traced another of his popular cartoons to the day he perfected, perched precautiously on his roof trying to fix an antenna after a storm. The artist heard footsteps coming up the ladder, son asking, where's Mom? Mr. Jeffrey replied he had killed her and was stuffing her in the chimney. That is kind of funny. That's kind of funny. So I caught this a couple days ago. I don't think he died. He died some time ago. So that was a few days ago, but that was something that a lot of people wouldn't remember him. You could still find some of that stuff. That one of their funniest things was Spy versus Spy, and all the Spy versus Spies, they was black and white, so it's white spy chasing the black spy always. So I thought that was kind of clever. Let's see. I thought that was clever. So, but it was something, it's a period piece, definitely. It was definitely a period piece. The oldest black school in America. Where the fuck is this? It says the oldest black school in America reopened the public this year. It's a symbolic year as it marks its 250th anniversary, during which 1760s hundreds of free and enslaved children in Williamsburg, Virginia attended the Bay School after it opened in 1776. It is still open. 300 to 400 students attend the Braves school during its 14 years of operation. Wow. So 60 senders have been identified, including one who's working the oral tradition. Wow. So I guess this is like the school in Virginia that the Indians was able to be taught. 18th century campus. Historic area, preparation underway to reopen it. Joint venture, William Mary Foundation, initiative, the school, there's the Vocalware research, the college website report. So this is what it looks like. Okay, looks like a cabin. Preservation, what makes this building from others is Colonial Williamsburg. Wow, yeah, I mean, 1700s. Volumes of Black history. Well, I don't know. They live and learn throughout building, without the building. Okay. Period is a rental house called a tenant in the period. This type would have dominated the landscape. But before Braves School was conclusive data, we can only to other tenements. There's only heavily altered. Okay. So at first, let's see what they got to tell.
He was instrumental in educating Black children at the turn of the century, and I had a chance to visit one of those schools. The building is still sitting today. At St. Matthew's Baptist Church off Lewisburg Road in Wake County, there's a place where the past is always present.
I had two teachers.
Ms. Pearlie Dunn Evans has fond memories here.
I started here when I was 6 years old.
Of learning inside this white building next to the sanctuary. This was once a school. It opened in 1922 and closed in 49. Ms. Pearlie, though, remembers it like it was yesterday.
When school took in, Miss Sharper and both classes would get together and we would let the petition down right there and have devotion.
Julius Rosenwald, an owner at the time of Sears, Roebuck and Company, established a charitable fund to open schools for African-American children across the South. He worked with Booker T. Washington and W.E.B. Du Bois to get those built at a time where educational opportunities for Black children were limited, to say the least. Church historian Deacon Price Baldwin told me before Rosenwald schools, much education for Blacks here was never really formal.
Some people had them in their houses or on the porch or wherever was,
Damn, do I see Aggie pride right there? Come on now. Do I see Aggie pride right there? No, some of y'all are like, oh, he only showed this story because they're showing that Aggie pride. But does that clearly show that Aggie pride? What y'all think? I know you're like, oh, he did that on purpose. You can't get away from the Aggies. Aggies is intelligent folks.
But organized education was not there.
St. Matthew's School is only one of 5 Rosenwald schools left here in Wake County. Initially, when they were built, there were more than 21. And of all the thousands of Rosenwald schools built across the Southeast, North Carolina had the most, with more than 800.
A lot of them are already gone, but these are their pictures and their families are still here.
St. Matthew's pastor, Reverend Ronald Avery, showed me some of the photos of the past classes at the school. The church itself is even a part of history, having formed in 1868.
I think the Rosenwald School was the idea of it was mitigated a lot of the inequities of segregation, and so I still think that we need to continue.
He looked like more of an ex-R&B singer than a preacher, but let's go.
In doing that and expressing the importance.
Is there a heart in the house tonight? Is there a heart in the house tonight? Stand up, stand up.
Of education.
And through the years, the building, with the intentionally tall windows to let the light in for school, has seen some pretty tough times, but it was refurbished a few years ago and is now on the National Historic Registry.
I think, maybe I'm biased, I think we did a good job.
And Ms. Pearlie and...
they made him cover up that A&T. Is that more A&T on the outside? You better listen to me. Love doesn't come free. You got to build it up.
Deacon Baldwin,
is there a house?
Would certainly agree with that.
All right. PJ said, I used to work in Williamsburg. That creepy. I got a couple stories. Okay. I'll say, me, I can kind of add to almost anything. But one thing I can add to definitely is Oh, you didn't really want to add that. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to. Like one thing that when I talk about Reconstruction, one thing that definitely did happen, and it really never went interrupted far as my studies, was education. So like when Booker T. Washington and Du Bois had the difference in ideas of of uh, of how the melanated people are going to proceed. And Booker T. Washington was saying definitely education is one thing that they won through Reconstruction. And you see, like they showed you, 800 some schools in North Carolina. Well, this was all over the South. I mean, one thing that definitely monies was allocated to. That's why a lot of times you would see the church and the schools would get burnt, because these monies was allocated to these, and this is what was definitely done. And this like the South being educated actually went all the way up into when my first wife graduated, and I mean she had her whole education was paid for by the government. Her whole education was paid for. Again, her people were slaves. Indians probably from that area that was captured and enslaved, but definitely slaves. And so this is one thing of Reconstruction that didn't fail, that did, succeed. Creepy Towel, he says a creepy towel. He looks like he could be Chris Tucker's daddy. For real. Let me see if I can get into this shit, man. They bullshitting on my stuff. Okay. Oh, here we go. See if they'll let me. Is it this one? Maybe it's this one. I think it is. Okay. See if this will get me in. No? Oh. Why am I not getting? Oh. This is some bullshit. Okay. Here we go. Oh. I don't really feel like fucking with it like that. Okay. I guess we'll have to make a back doorway into it. Oh, okay. That's cool. Know what that'll do, so let's do it through here. Oh. Well, I guess I can just shut it. Oh, okay, that's cool. No, but that's not what I need. I need to go here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I can't use any of this. This wasn't what I was looking for. That's all right. I'm just going to take a little time to fuck with this shit. But that's all right. I'll go another direction. Oh, okay. Let's just try some of that. There we go. See if we can find any debauchery. And I don't think it's too much. It's just a pretty smooth night. Dang, I done went an hour? Man, I can't believe I done went an hour. It was only a couple little things. So yeah, that was nothing. That was nothing. That was really nothing. Oh. Guess I gotta try a couple other things. I'm just fucking around, y'all. Not to change the subject, but I was tripping off of Stevie J wanting to fight 50 because he exposed his gay sex tape. Truth be told, somebody exposed that years ago. Well, that isn't that what, the name of the game is to shame a person. He was going to town on that man. Damn, so he's going to town on it. No, he's hearing that. I mean, he looked like somebody that would go through all the steps that it took, so you can take one or the other side. You either going to give or you going to receive. That's, what Magic was known for, is he was the one that wanted to give. He didn't care who he gave it to, but he was one known to give it. And so, like they say, the blackmail and all that stuff is old. They've been doing that forever. Where they put you on film and stuff. Remember how in The Godfather they set up that guy, and that was supposed to be in the 60s, where they made him think he had killed somebody because they gave him something to make him pass out. So those kind of fun and games still go on. Those kind of fun and games are still possible. Oh yeah, that was Magic. Well, that's what they were trying to show you in Winning Time. Magic was into high sexual magic too. So that was his way of getting in, and that's why they tried to show you that. But they didn't show you the full scope of what he was known for. And it was funny. Like you study Isaiah, and Isaiah was the first one to come out and say he had got it from transgender people. If you remember that, him and Isaiah fell out. And Isaiah, went to the National Enquirer, one of the magazines, and said that's how Magic got it. But remember, him and Magic was kissing each other on the cheeks before when Magic and them beat them. Yeah, when Magic and them beat the Pistons. They was kissing each other on the cheeks. So, it's no secret about Magic. So it wasn't hard, and it wasn't hard to put Magic in the position they put him in. And to say, to really come to him, say, hey, this is what we're going to put out. It's going to interrupt basketball for a minute, but then we're going to let you be Olympic. You can go back and try again. Oh, but we got to have your son too. And if I've said before, and I didn't, when I bring this up, I don't bring this up out of like I went looking for this. This just came to me. Like, visions sometimes just come to me. And like I had the vision, and I saw the vision of Magic's son in a whole different reality where they let him just be a normal boy, and he was putting in that work at his size. He was very much like Grant Hill. Like I watched the whole flash of a career of this cat. And this cat was a lot like Grant Hill. That's the only way I can explain it. And it came to me. Like I didn't even look for this. And it came to me. So I'm like, oh, okay. So it took a little more to, get that. So that's what they wanted to kill. They didn't want him to be that. They didn't want Magic to raise another one of them. Because I don't think Andre played ball. I remember niggas was mocking Magic and Isaiah kissing on the cheek. I said, you niggas watch too much TV. Yeah, they come from old movies. It come from the French. French people do that. That's kind of how French people was, at least that's how they showed them greed in movies. Well, let me tell you my day, and I'm going to tell you some interesting shit. I'm going to show this. So, I must say, I am very, shit glued together. Oh, yeah. Okay, put them. It's stupid, but these are the NXT's insoles, which aren't very bad. I mean, this ain't bad. Can't believe the dummy had them facing each other. I mean, come on. You want them to have a little tacky on them. And so I got my new insoles today. And normally I get them a size up. My last 3 or 4 pair, I get them a size up. But this one I got 13s. And they said it's a new company. And I like them so far. And so, you know, it's got the ball right there. And these hit for about 5 or 6. Got my name on them and shit. And then they give me even this little heel lift, you know, a little bit. So these should fit all my 13s. So I'm gonna break these mugs in, take them walking in different shoes, break them in. And I think the trick to putting them in is you bend the toe like this, and you slide them in. Get in there. There we go. Yeah. They're in there now. Work it out. Work it out. Not quite. Gotta fight this thing. Ah, there we go. Ah, so that... So, you know, I keep these for other shoes. I got a bunch of these that I just keep. Keep them in the box that these came in. And this comes from JV Sports. As you see, I got the top on, and this is the bottom. So shout out to JV Sports. And I'm going to tell you, I buy a lot of polo, and I really never I had older stuff of Nike, but the other stuff was so easy and cheap. The Champions, man, I've been buying this Nike stuff is just as good as this polo stuff. I must admit it's just as the pants I'm kind of preferring. So, thank you. Yeah, the pants I'm kind of preferring. Fuck the French with they bullshit. I ain't kissing no man. I ain't either. I'm not either. You know, I'm not kissing no man either. That's something. Yeah, I got you on that too. But yeah, the more of this Nike stuff I get, the more the quality is. I'm comparing the two, and the quality is there. The pants fit better. The pants fit better. In some instances, they're even made better. So shout out to Nike. I don't know. Do y'all know this guy? M88 actor. Is this the guy you guys know? It says actor and comedian Desi Banks. As a stand-up comedian for representation. Currently is cross-country Purpose Chasers Theater Tour. 2022 is toured. Okay. Publicity, praise. The next Banks was brought on board and Heartbeat produced commercial for DraftKings. Has appeared in major motion pictures. Is what produced Merry Wish Wars, Love by Chance, a lead role in the horror pick Haunted Trail. Okay, found it. Okay, y'all know him? I don't know him. I don't know him, y'all. And you know, I got them new Jordans back there that them top 2 pairs is baby blue. So, you know, I might go strolling out in the mall with my baby blue tomorrow. Be like, don't go out there. There might be assassins out there. I don't worry about assassins out there anymore. They've got drug sniffing dogs. So you can't bring your heater up in there anymore. Because they got a dog that'll come to you and say, why, this dog says you got a heater. No, I don't. The dog says you do. Well, the dog's out of his motherfucking mind. We got to search you. And I told you, one time I was in there, there's a motherfucker in there with he had security, but that security dude had a machine gun. Which, you know, it's a city. I've said this before. That's a city out there. It's always 33,000, at least that many people there. All the time. And you talking about major holidays and shit, like, You know, Black Friday, man, that place might have 150, 200,000 a week, almost every weekend. And it's a tourist spot here. For us, it's tourist. But if you're a shopper, they have good deals. They do have good deals. Who is this? Who got hurt? According to Charlotte Hornets, LaMelo Ball has officially been ruled out remainder of the season. Shit, he didn't finish last season. And look what they show. He's had problems with shoes. He's had ankle problems. And look what he wears. Those Pumas. Says Athletic LaMelo has been officially ruled out because I think it's 12 games left due to ankle injuries. 22 games. Wow. He only played 22 games. But look at these. He wore these. I mean, you kind of got to wear something that's proven that they do the work in, because you just can't wear anything. So I think that's, you got to wear something that's proven to work for you. And a lot of people, I don't think they put the full study into how it works for them. You should be able to really develop, and I think what happens is a lot of cats don't really understand like the kind of shoe they really want. They just listen to people instead of understanding the technology they want with what they wear in their game, because that's what it all is. It's you wear the type of shoes, and no matter what sport you do, that's going to be something of emphasis too. Is the kind of shoes. It's like if you just walk and you walk trails and stuff, you're gonna want a certain kind of shoe. You might not necessarily want a basketball shoe. I mean, some people can walk on trails and stuff in basketball shoes, but you want another type of shoe. And so whatever you do, you should get something comfortable, and you should, really see if this works for you. It's like when the guy gave me the March report, he said, "You have any problem?" He said, "Come back sooner than later." He said, "Come back if you have some issue." I had some. I still got those. They squeaked. I still put them in and they squeak. It's so funny. It's when you walk. So he put tape on them. But and I've had that issue since I was little. I've wore inserts since I was like kindergarten, first grade. Can't remember which one. One of them was the first time I got them. So, but and when you see the pros, like if you see them give a pair of shoes away, you see them take their inserts. They don't give away the inserts. They give them the shoes. Now maybe they give them the inserts, later. I don't know if it's spontaneous. They're able to go back and get them. I'm not sure, but they definitely don't give them the inserts. So that's what's interesting. For you guys that, living for the weekend, this is your Friday, right on. This is your Monday, right on. Whatever this is for you, building it up. You got to build it up, right on. Living for the weekend. And that's what they do to us. They make us live for the weekend. Between the shoe and the sole stops the squeaking. You can put powder between. Okay, I'm going to try that. I got to find what. No, I think I took them out. I took all my old insoles out of all my shoes, I think. So I'll try that. Yeah, I'll try that. Because these insoles, I plan on playing in them too. I'm going to cut my other ones down because right now they're measured for a 16, but I can just round them up and start using those still for walking. So, yeah. But when I, really go at the pickleball, I have the most, support. So I got to break them in first, though. They definitely are something that's stiff that you have to break in. So, yeah, I don't feel like doing all this. I really don't feel like doing all this while I'm here. I didn't watch any NBA. I know the NBA is at the end of the season, so I didn't catch any NBA games. Now, what is this? Colleges exploit black athletes for March Madness. It's time to boycott DEI universities. Let's see what this means. Now that you got NILs, what else is relevant? Professor recently wrote a piece titled "Black Athletes Could Upset March Madness" into DE. He rightfully pointed out that black people represented a disproportionate percentage of college student athletes who populate high-revenue sports of basketball and football at predominantly Eurasian universities, both nationwide and in states that are against diversity, equity, and inclusion. Magically deceptive. The anti-DEI advocates and politicians never bring this up. Why? Maybe because these black boys make white control athletic conferences, universities, presidents, insane amounts of money. Harper speaks of Birmingham Mayor Woodwin encouraging blacks to steer clear of powerhouses like Alabama and Auburn. And if the state passed anti-diversity. Well, Alabama didn't make Woodland seriously and her Confederates joined Florida and Texas in passing such a law. Kentucky is on the brink. Could anyone win March Madness? So NCAA and others are calling for black athletes to avoid former Florida and ostensibly and other states attacking diversity initiatives. Wow. Will black athletes in states where DEI is banned? No. Chimed in, Donald Trump called black athletes son of a bitch between seeing mostly Eurasian crowd, calling out few who dared to support Kaepernick. Wow. He used Kaepernick. Kaepernick worked for Trump. I disagree with all that. Kaepernick worked for Trump. So this is some bullshit. Again, I agree with some others that say, it's always about the dark. Oh, here's the story. Now this, legally, I'm not sure what's going on because from my understanding, they were given extension to pay their last payment and they're trying to say it's buyer's remorse. But here we go. Timberwolves link no longer for sale after Mark Lowry, Alex Rodriguez missed closing deadline. Owners said Thursday the Minnesota Timberwolves and Link are no longer for sale after the deadline for buyers passed without the sale closing. A statement from the organization said the deadline was Wednesday. Under certain circumstances, the buyer could have entitled to unlimited extensions. However, those circumstances did not occur. Taylor said he would continue to work with Mark and Alex and the rest of the ownership group to ensure our teams have the necessary resources to compete. The deal with the e-commerce billionaire announced the agreement allowed Lowry and Rodriguez to come on as minority partners, eventually purchasing. That did not happen. As recently as January, he's optimistic. If you recall, the way the transaction was put together, they were going to make payments over 3 years. So my expectations at the time, they would take advantage of these 2-3 years to learn about running the club and see how I did things. And they wanted to change things. They could, I thought, doing things that could be done better. I'm always open to suggestion. Collapse of the sale comes during the Wolves' best season. Because it was reported they had already paid that last payment. So this is interesting. They're saying they missed it, but it was reported a couple weeks ago that they made the payment. So I'm a little mixed on that. And this is funny, standing on the top. When they bury motherfuckers, they bury them. 1 minute he's on NSNBC and CNN, he's on all this shit. And then he all of a sudden he's the next Bernie Madoff. All of a sudden this motherfucker is the next Bernie Madoff. So that's what's interesting. Is this real? It makes you wonder, is it real? Because where's his bread? Where's all the publicity? He just fooled everybody and came on the scene and people just giving him money. I mean, that's kind of what it seems like. It seems like, they raise these goofy motherfuckers up. And then they're surprised that they weren't what they said they were. And what you raised them up to be. Well, how did you do it? How'd you just get $1 billion? Well, you know, I just got people that kept giving me money, so that's how I got the $1 billion. Then they want to throw the hammer down on these motherfuckers that they raised up. They partially to blame. And this is all federal time because what he did was federal, but it's interesting. So fuck him, and fuck all the people that he got, because that's what it boils down to. Greed. Greed is good. Greed is good. Y'all remember that? Greed is good. I don't know how good it is, but ooh, Kentucky Derby. Is that this weekend? What is the Kentucky Derby? No, that's not till May. Man, I need to start looking at the Kentucky Derby shit. Look at these horses. Horses are just so beautiful. I got a partner that, man, he's played in bands and he's only a couple years younger than me, so this nigga's got to be 60, but he's had quite a successful musician career. He has a little group, and he owns a few horses. And so right the fuck on. Horses, I love horses. Look how beautiful these horses are. My most disappointing thing ever was a horse called Big Brown. Big Brown had won the first 2 legs. And, you know, watching the final race, I was about to get about 20 G's off this shit. This horse, all he had to do was win this last race. And you could see when the rider let him go that it was like too late. He didn't push him in time. Like all the other ones, he pushed him at a certain time. This one, and he lost literally by a head. 20 G's just down the drain. And this is 20-some years ago. I'd have made 20,000 fucking with these horses. And it ruined my fun. It definitely ruined my fun. No doubt about that. But I guess that's how betting goes. Okay, so yeah, when is it? May 4th. Okay, says I need to probably stand up. I need to stand up. Oh, shit. Yeah. Let's see. Need to... Let's see. How can I do this? Oh, okay. It's the biggest way to do it. All right. Oh, okay. Odd. Okay, this is odd. Okay, there we go. Think recently. No, that's not it. That's it. That's what I needed. All right, I can work with this. All right, I'll work with this because I gotta go pee. If you give me a few minutes, I'll be back. Oh my goodness. I watched Top Gun on my TV and the sound, man, them jets hit. And oh man, Top Gun is, and I started watching The Flash on my TV. Oh my goodness, The Flash is the bomb. The Flash is the bomb on Yeah, I'm becoming a TV junkie like I really hadn't been before. So let's see. Where can I find this? Where can I find this? I don't know. Trying to find something interesting while I go pee, but I can't find what I'm looking for. I like the Flash. I mean, it was okay. You could put power in between the shoe and the sole. Okay. I like the Flash too. I was watching that yesterday, but Top Gun on my TV, oh my goodness, that motherfucker. That shit was breaking down, and then afterburners hit. That shit is so cool. And like Oppenheimer too. Oppenheimer. Like I'm starting to watch all these movies I just went to the movie to see because the colors and the sound. And again, there's some kind of mode on the new movies you can put them in. The sound is better and all that. It's like just a totally different experience. I gotta do a little homework on this shit. Oh, that's that long ago? God damn, I know that's fucked up. Wait. Okay. This is what the fuck I was looking for. All right, it's worth it. All right. So, again, this is unedited. We're gonna run this. I haven't listened to this, so
always out to the young brother.
pee.
You know, he knows.
Here we go.
So, so tell us about yourself. You know, as much as you want to reveal. Tell people about you and what part of you ain't gotta say what city, but what part of the country you in.
I ain't got no problem telling nobody. I'm born and raised in Dayton, Ohio. I lived out in Virginia. I got kids out in Virginia. And I moved back home. So moved back to Dayton. I am a criminal justice major. I have my master's in it.
Nice.
And I'm just trying to get a job in that field. But other than that, I'm a sports lover. As much as I can love it with me knowing what's going on with it. And Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
That was another thing too. I always thought, like with football games and stuff, like the manipulation of the thing, and watching people get real mad and want to fight with the stuff being rigged, it was goofy. So I said, man, started tapping more into that. But yeah, right now, as far as work, I work at D-Max. We do that diesel engine for the Duramax truck. So I'm sitting there right now. That's where I'll be turning you on at, walking around with my headset on. So sometimes I'm hearing you, and sometimes I don't say nothing because I'm walking around.
That's outstanding that the Midwest still has, the automotive, some still automotive jobs and automotive facilities. That's kind of cool.
One of the last ones standing.
Because I know, like when they closed the Fisher Body, where my stepfather was able to get about 28 years in, a lot of them got sent to Toledo, Ohio.
Okay.
It was still planned in Toledo, and then my stepfather ended up going to Pontiac, and that's like on the other side of Detroit.
Right.
But what I was going to say is, how many times have you been to the Football Hall of Fame?
I may have rolled past it. One of my homeboys from Virginia, he's going up there when they do the Raiders are playing. He's a big Raiders fan. Yeah. So he's going up there in a couple of weeks. And I was like, man, I didn't even know he got tickets already and stuff. So, but
what's funny you say that, it was a dude over my house yesterday. He went to the game today. They flew down to Phoenix. Like now let me tell you how beautiful this story is. Okay. His best friend lives on the reservation. He getting a big $1 million house built. He's about 19 or 20, drive a brand new not Explorer, but Navigator. He has a brand new Navigator, but he's paying this cat's college education. Dang. He's already paid 2 years of his education, his best friend. And like this guy, his father left him. He used to live with me.
Wow.
But so they flew to the game tonight. You know, they big balling. But it's funny. I've been, you know, growing up in Michigan, I've been to the Hall of Fame in the 70s like 5 times.
Wow.
It's like a group. One of my early mentors, he took me twice. My father took me twice, and then my stepfather and my mother, we went once. And it's like I haven't been since then, so it's completely changed. When I went, the heads had their own thing, and it had a thing of them in action. Now they got the old heads all together. You know,
All right. I hope you didn't mind that. I hope you didn't mind. I know the audio is a little shaky for back then, but you know, just thought I'd give you a little taste of that. It took me a second to find it. And I gotta mess with this to get my get back where I can share a lot more. But I hadn't really planned on going too late tonight. Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of disgraced crypto king. I mean, it's just funny when they take niggas down. It's just so funny. Damn. This is debauchery. Look at this motherfucker. Man jailed for childhood rape of boy. A man who raped a boy twice more than 20 years ago has been jailed. God damn. Damn. Ooh. Wow. Wow. This is a weirdo. He's already in prison, so he probably been somebody's girlfriend. But that's mostly what I've been doing is just and I remodeled. Oh, you remodeled that room? Okay. I feel you. And that's what, like, it's kind of a lot of things. Like, my daughter wants this room, and so I'm thinking about switching because realistically, that room upstairs has the best light. And these 2 plants would do well over there too. So that's what we're thinking is giving my daughter this room. And, you know, next week, my son is actually moving in this room because that's my daughter's room. He's like, can I use it when she's gone? No, that's her room, you know. That's her room. So, but he's coming to stay with us while he gets some business together. So, you know, we're still figuring out what we're going to do. And they want to take this apart. I told her just call the company. They'll probably, what is it called? NorderTrack. I was like, just call NorderTrack. They'll take it apart. Probably won't charge that much. And then we know it's apart. And we know it's put together. So yeah, up here too, we're gonna remodel. My daughter needs because she has a frame, and the frame is like a double bed, and it's a queen size frame. So she needs a queen size bed. But my wife and I really need a king size bed. But it's like so all the shit to buy in the world, you know, is the bed really that urgent? Not really. There's so many other things in the world that are more urgent than just a bed. So we're probably going to get her a bed, and that's probably what's going to end up happening. She'll probably get this room. And I'll put my office, and I think they said this section will fit in the office. So, where's this? It's funny. Like it's so many distractions, and it's so many things. Oh, well, here's another thing that says, okay, this is another, let's see. I want to see because they were reporting that they paid them, and now they're saying no longer for sale, that he's pulled it. What about the money's paid? So Mark Laurie entered the month of March, one payment away from becoming the majority owners. After slowly buying ownership from current owner, the new ownership group needed $600 million in order to buy his majority ownership. As of Thursday morning, that is no longer the case, as Taylor announced that the option for Lori Rodriguez to acquire controlling interests had expired. On the terms of the agreement, the final purchase was set to occur 90 days following the exercise notice issued. Minnesota Timberwolves are not for sale anymore. Wow, that is bold. Continue to work with them. Wow. But they called it buyer's remorse. It says, okay, this is their response. We are disappointed in this statement. We have fulfilled our obligations and all necessary funding and are fully committed to closing our purchase on the team as soon as the NBA completed its approval process. Glenn's statement is an unfortunate case of seller's remorse that is short-sighted and disruptive to the team and the process. Wow. What happened? The ownership group, which was expected to take over from Taylor end of the month, submitted signed financial documentation to the NBA in order to complete the acquisition and majority control of the franchise. Okay. The final actualization was waiting for 40% of the ownership stake in the thing. Previously, the group led by Lori had purchased 20 from Taylor on 2 different occasions. So they already owe 40 is what they're telling you. This plan was introduced, signed off, selling his ownership stake over time. This is what Taylor had wanted. The 82-year-old owner did not want to give full control immediately. The period gave Lori necessary time to get their finances in order, but gradually increased the involvement. Purchase was expected to be about 1.5. Before it was reported that Lori was expected to exercise the option to acquire controlling ownership in the organization as soon as December. The option allowed the final 40% to purchase 90 days. Okay, so they started that. Lori lost the financial backing. Okay, this is what happened to him. Lori and Rodriguez lost the financial backing from the Carlyle Group, which had joined the new Timberwolves ownership to supply $300 million to purchase the remaining 40. Still, the final 40% was set to be purchased by the Lori Rodriguez Group, was valued at $600. Upon completion, the Lori Rodriguez Group owned 80% of the organization, taking full ownership. Carlyle was not able to meet certain requirements the NBA makes of investors, which led to withdrawing their funds. They created a new partnership with someone else to make up the lost assets. It's unknown why the former paperwork and transaction owned by Taylor was not successful for the new ownership group. Wow. What is saying? So we'll see. $300 million is a hit when you trying to make that final push to have, for the bread. That's a nice little hit, I must admit. Get up off of that thing and dance. You'll feel better. Who is this? Damn. What is this? Oh, one of LeBron's boys, Drew Joyce, is assistant at DeQuince. Okay. That's positive. That is real positive. Man, anybody out there celebrate Easter? That's interesting. Y'all celebrate Easter? I used to like getting dressed up. What I always found interesting about Easter, and it was funny, and being a hustler, you see it all. So, my ex-wife I think she was Baptist, so we'd go to one of the Baptist churches of some friends or relatives. And it was interesting because I just really like getting dressed up. I'd smoke a joint going over there, but I like getting dressed up. It was one time where I dressed up, I give them a few dollars, they'll let me sit in there. I pay a few more dollars, they'd feed me. How church is and shit. And it was funny seeing, there's like, does anybody want to come up and repent? The Baptists do it a little different. And it's funny, the same crackheads that, out hustling, you'd be seeing them. And they're like trying to get away on this certain day. Like this day could cure them. You are saved. So I always found that odd. It's like, okay, Easter, like what did Dick Gregory say? If there's a God out there that don't know you're a fiend, it ain't God. God would know you's a fiend, so he would come at you. It's like, well, we're getting high right now. So, that's, me, you and God is getting high when you get high. So when you call on him to try to stop, remember, you're calling on something that's high like you are. Because that's the state of mind. Dentist cheer selfie sends drug trafficker to jail. That is so funny. That is so funny. God damn. I know. It's just the funniest shit in the world. Okay, here we go. This shit sounds funny. Man arrested after several women punched in the face by a stranger in New York. They don't tell anything. A man has been charged with assault with a number of women reportedly being randomly punched in the face in New York. So it must be this nigga here. So none of them could duck or block. Sagabi Stora was arrested Wednesday following an unprovoked attack on a young woman in Manhattan. The woman influencer Haley Kate shared the incident with her TikTok people. How did the TikTok person, was she there? They had this on tape. Is where the viral video circulating social media depicting a man who was randomly assaulted and unprovoked attack. The individual has been arrested and charged with criminal revictivist with extensive criminal record. Were able to identify this man who's previously arrested for similar attacks. So he had whooped ass before. It would be his third arrest. So he just likes whooping chicks' ass in public. Oh, no. It's kind of funny. Officers will continue to remain resilient in their efforts to stop violent attacks. Oh, what does she say? Oh, let me see if I can find it. Oh, what did she say? Oh, here we go.
Slapping folks is satisfying. She don't like.
Slapping folks is satisfying. According to the department, the incident occurred around 10 a.m. on Monday when Miss Kate was walking in the vicinity of 7th. Saw the okay. So this is her. Damn, he did that to you? And you got them nails? I can't tell. She got all that Botox in her face. He must have, like, really smacked her and shit. Damn. See, she usually looked like that, but after he gave her a few smacks, her face was all swole up. Now, where was I? Okay. An unknown individual hit her in the head. The victim fell to the ground and suffered injury to the left side of her face. The victim was treated at a local medical facility. Then he was arrested again. And at TikTok, Miss Kate tearfully said, "You guys, I was literally just walking by a man who came up and punched me in the face. Oh my God, it hurt so bad. I can't even talk. Literally, I fell to the ground and now this giant goose egg is forming." She later noted that the man was walking his dog when the incident occurred. She fell to the ground and blacked out for a minute. When she got back up, Harold called, the man was screaming at me and she ran away. Miss Kate later said that after filing a police report, she was told that it had matched another report. It had happened before. The attack was a subsequent arrest on Mr. Stora. Several women, including other influencers, comedian, took on social media to share their stories. Independence World, my goodness. So he had a type like, okay, look, he slapped blinds. This nigga goes around and just punches blinds. Obviously, these is two blinds, so that's what he does. He punches blinds and ain't a lot they can do about it. I'll say this. I think it's better to be punched than to be killed. I mean, what do y'all say? If that's the worst the nigga could do is just punch blinds, I would say punch away. Just don't kill him. He's a serial puncher. He's a serial sucker puncher of blinds in New York. So blinds beware, block them, you know, block. Like when my 28-year-old was a baby, like when let me show you, he was so cute. Ladies out there, I still can sell it. I make these kind of beautiful babies. Look at these beautiful babies. Look, he's just so beautiful. Look at that beautiful baby. But he was a right-hand hooker. You know, I taught him kind of how to punch, and everything he did was from the right. So, you know, we would know. And the people didn't know, you know, that he was a right-hand hooker and didn't, like, put that right hand up. He popped the shit out of him. They'd be like, whoa. You know, when somebody gets popped so hard, they're like, hey, what just happened? That's what my son would do. He'd slap the shit out of him. Like, hey, what? This baby just slapped me. Yeah, just block him. Yeah, just block him. I mean, I remember my ex-wife would hold him, and she's just stopping him, you know, putting on one leg, because that's all he was doing, was trying to block. He just, like, trying to keep hitting, and she's just tossing him, you know, moving him, blocking, because he seemed to be content. As long as you blocked him, as long as he cared is he could rear back, and he could try to hit you. That's all he cared about. I might have to put this cat I might have to put him on a t-shirt. I'm from the tribe Slap-a-Hoe. He is from the tribe of Slap-a-Hoe, no doubt. Not only just a hoe, a blind. Keep this man away from blinds, because he's going to sucker punch blinds. I like to know how tall he was. How tall he is. Oh, this is so wrong, y'all. Look at this dude. You can just see. You can just look on his face. Is there a blind around? I need to smack her. If there's a blind around, I got to smack her. You know, when he was in class, the blind teachers must have gave him hell. And he's like, when I got grown, I'm going to fuck up some blind teachers, because these blind teachers used to fuck with me when I was a little boy. So every time I see a blind, I'm just going to give her that work. He gave her this work. He gave her. It is not funny, but it is funny. Oh, can I show the old one? I don't want to see your new one. I don't want to see what you look like. I want to see your swollen face. We got to get this dude on the Boondocks. I got to get a cartoon of him, boy. I want to follow his career. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. I am tripping. It's funny. It's funny. It's worse. It's worse things a person could do. It is worse things that a person could do. Oh, okay. I think I'm under control, you guys. I think I'm under control. I'm sorry I get my sinuses and everything going, but that's funny to me. Just look at the look on his face. Just look at the look on his face. Oh, look. You can just tell. He can't wait to smack him. Okay, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I'm gonna get his shirt put on. No, I'm gonna get his face put on a shirt. I want him to try me after punching several. I guess it ain't lynch a nigga anymore if you smack a white chick. If you're Asian, get smacked. I guess you just get smacked in New York. I guess they don't lynch you anymore. So, you know, he's confidently punching on him. Oppenheimer finally premieres in Japan into mixed reviews. He looked like he's get you hit. Oh, he really did. It's right there. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. You know how I just get to tripping and shit. It's just about having fun. I needed that laugh. But yeah, Oppenheimer finally premieres in Japan. You know, I wonder how the Japanese feel about that, you know? And this is one of the events. If we look at all events, of one event that probably definitely didn't happen was it was not atom bomb that dropped them on them. It's no way. And I showed, I think it was this channel. I showed you, you cannot get all the old film of when they went over there. You can't get that anymore. There was okay. This is what you have to remember when you study the atom bomb. They film in the next day or so. And they don't say nothing about the people who filmed what happened the next day or so getting radiation poison. There's no studies about the people that went there the next day that filmed all these people got radiation. So what we know is they did hit them people with radiation, but it looks like napalm. They napalm bombed them. And remember, napalm can remember, a lot of Japan is made of wood. So not a lot of them places is made of wood. So it's going to burn regardless. The napalm burns. And look at some of the first-hand accounts when they talk about a fireball coming. What happened? Like even a phosphorus bomb. You know, when phosphorus comes, it takes a lot of the, what is it? It takes a lot of the air, oxygen out of the air to change and start burning. So it's a lot of bombs. And thank, you know, Brother Nick Taylor said of ordnance, they had ordnance they can mushroom. They do the mushroom like we saw in what was that, Syria? Remember Syria? They said a grain thing blew up in a mushroom cloud. And Brother Nick Taylor showed you. He said we had ordnance to do that. So they got hit by something different and they bluffed. Like right now they say Russia's got the most atomic weapons. Okay. What has ever stopped them from what you're saying that the Americans is the only reason they stopped from releasing it? They tell you they have this bomb, but yet they've never released it on anybody. Doesn't that seem kind of strange? At least Americans say, "Hey, yeah, we dropped one on motherfuckers." And then the way they tell you that the Soviets got it, they killed 2 people. They executed 2 people they blamed when it was all the time. It was MIT student, which I think Oppenheimer kind of touches on who that guy was. But it was MIT student that was the one that really stole the plans. And that's why, you know, the one folly of Oppenheimer was he was naive, it appears. Egotistic and naive to some realities. I had such a laugh, y'all. That was a good laugh. I needed that. Damn. I don't know. That's odd. Well, I don't think anybody can ever say I was dangerous. I don't think I've ever harmed anyone that didn't need harmed. Ooh, baby, gotta take you home with me tonight. Oh. You know where that came from? That came from Free Love, you know, because it was expected when you went up in the the club that you was pulling somebody. It's the way it used to be. That is the way it used to be. And that's what AIDS was all about, really, was killing all that stuff. It was just killing that free love. Richard Pryor called the 50s the great, what did he call it? The great pussy drought. He said it was hard to get it, but it was still people born in the 50s. When I was in 8th grade, a girl had twins. This one girl I went to school with. And can you imagine how old those twin girls are now? I was in 8th grade, like 70, 75, 74, 75. So those twins was probably born in 75. So them twins is damn near 50, 51. Cause yeah, my ex-wife. Oh, let me say something. My ex-wife came over. It's so funny. I just kind of teased her, and she looks good. She looks healthy. So I'm so happy. She bought her 19 Jeep, a 2019 Jeep. So and her man has a 5, he's maybe 6 or 7. I had put some cookies out because I thought she'd bring him in. And she's like, oh no, we dropped him off with a friend. So I didn't get to see him. And then my wife was like, well, we can put some cookies in a, little Ziploc. I'm like, get out of here with that. Like they gonna carry, some cookies around. Like, come on. But I'm glad to see that she's feeling better, I wish no harm on her. I hope the best for her. And so, in some small way, I do help her. And so I just hope that my help is enough for her. And that's just all you can ask for. Can't hate someone forever just because you didn't get along. And, that's all. That's all. But you couldn't live together, but you can get along in other ways. And that's life. That's life. That's what life is about. You can get along in other ways. But it's just funny, like she'll call me and try to play on my emotions. She's like, oh yeah, I've been in bed. And then my son was like, Dad, yeah, we went bowling and shit. I'm like, your mom said she was in bed. And she's like, no, we went bowling. I'm like, you ain't got to say all that shit to me, hun. I don't care. I help her out regardless. I help her out regardless because I do give freely. She's so funny this time. She's so funny. Somebody that I've known for 30 years, I think, realistically around, I'm her oldest friend that she's been around, that she can come see. I'm definitely her oldest friend that she can come see. Especially here. I brought her here, so. And she would probably say, this is the good and the bad. It was, but for the mostly, it saved her life, no doubt. And, she figured it out. And that's what life is. Eventually, you got to figure it out. And it takes some longer than others to figure shit out. And that's all you can try to do. Figure it out without the least amount of side steps and stuff. So, yeah. That was a good laugh. Well, I wasn't gonna go 3 hours tonight. I'll come back on just for basketball. Yeah, because I need to go see Godzilla, King Kong. I definitely want to go see that. I don't know. I'm sad to see. And then they talking about doing Easter, and it's like these games come before Easter. We got the road to the Final Four. And then I guess we're gonna have a party next week here. We're gonna have a party for the Final Four since we got our new furniture and shit. I've been thinking about getting some more bar stools because we got the little low ones. I've been thinking about getting bar stools with the back. So I think we're going to pick them up. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. Watch the games on my TV, on Clear TV. Woo! And as I say, one thing you have to always understand and make your thoughts your own. Make your speech your own speech. Don't be so easily influenced by the way others talk. It's like when people are talking, don't be, shaking your head like you agree with them, like a dummy, like you don't know. Be neutral. No matter if you agree with it or disagree with it, be neutral. Just absorb what's coming in without showing emotion. Now, a person was saying, what is Mayat? That is one thing that Mayat teaches you. As you become above even emotions. And that's, for the average person, that's not hard to do. But that's what it tries to teach you. It tries to teach you that, ultimate spirituality is felt without emotion. Now, one thing that you know, you have to look at that and say, okay, well, dreams that contradict a little bit is dreams are full of emotions. Because dreams can take you on a roller coaster like that. But again, you can get to a point where you can control all dreams. That's what a lucid dream is. You're in full control. But again, with full practice and when you come to full knowing of myitis, it's you absorb everything without emotion. And through lack of emotion, you follow the laws. And they say that that's a better way to interpret the laws. It's lack of emotion. And, we get into the Book of the Dead. We talk about, your heart is lighter than a feather, through your actions and your deeds. Do they all balance out? But also, did that person live a joyous life? Should he be fearful when he dies? Does it matter? Because I think that would weigh into, how your heart was as well. It's what type of life did you live? Were you joyful? Did you have friends? Did you have loved ones? Did you get along when you worked? Boss, employee, how did you treat people? One thing that when the Spanish came into the Americas, they found is they couldn't really tell who the kings and queens was or the leaders because all the people lived amongst the people. It really wasn't a caste system. It was no matter what the person's position was, they still all lived amongst the people. So they couldn't go and say, where's the king? I mean, the king had a certain place where they did business, but where they lived amongst everyone. And that was just the way America was. No matter what the leader was, the leader lived amongst the people. And that's how it should be. I mean, even when we talk about, local policing where you live, it starts to all make sense. When you're trying to do the politics of a city, well, the people should all live in the city. Because when you have more commitment to an area you live in, you act a little differently than if you don't. You treat the people differently. And I don't think that's too much to ask. Ooh, sorry. Oh, it's so much to laugh about. And then there's so many rabbit holes they want us to run and chase. And it's not even, worth its while to run and chase. I mean, sports is a great distraction. I mean, I stand up and I watch the game. It's not like I just sit down. I still do shit, clean up and stuff. So, and I love, I understand the player actor. I understand the player actor, and I can't clearly put fault with them because they were put in this position to do what they loved. So they, this is something that's, 70, 80 years of people doing what they love, but yet they're the athlete actor. or actress. But they are at fault, but they're not all at fault. They do play their role. But yet, like Isaiah Thomas, 40 years in the NBA, 10, 12 years playing, and then, look at all the administrative positions that he's went around, and he's still talking about it. So he's made a career out of the NBA and actually only played 10 years, little more than 10 years. But he's been able to make a career out of being executive, many other things in the league. And I've said before, one of his roles was to destroy the Eastern League or the CBA. That was his role, which turned into the G League. But he bought it for $10 million to destroy it, not to give it any power to continue. So you can look that up. That's pretty neat. Well, I think I'm gonna go, guys. I don't think I'm gonna do a 4 hours tonight. I think I'm gonna cut it. But damn, thank you. I had so much fun laughing. We'll be here the same time, a little after 12 tomorrow night. Going through the Marquette game. Duke, on wax, I got Marquette, Duke, Purdue, Creighton. That's who I got on wax. And so my losses were I lost Arizona, lost North Carolina, but I won UConn and I won Illinois. So as we go, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Well, y'all, this is the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am your host, Flint Pontiac. Hope to see you tomorrow. Till we meet again, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Says it's weird that he coached MJ in his last All-Star game. They seem to get along. That's a good point.